Okay, so we acquired a 2013 Dodge Ram 1500. It's a four-wheel drive. It is the crew cab with a Hemi. It does have the 5 or 6 speed transmission, not the 8 speed. But the best thing about this truck right here is everything to do with this frame is good. We need one of those. But taking a look at this, just doing our walk around, this fender here is pretty much damaged. This door here is pretty much damaged. This rocker down here, damaged. Door for the back, some body work, quite usable. Back bedside, I don't know, maybe someone could body work that. Sure what that is. Both of these wheels over here, I would just call them bad. It had both tires chunked pretty good. I'm not quite sure what exactly they did run into. All right. Here's everything in the back. It did pulled out the whole spindle, broke it at the tie rod end. Here's our front tire. Whacked that rim pretty good, but that goes on the scrap pile, so no big deal. Frame already has a hitch on it. Spare tire doesn't look like it was ever used. Dual exhaust. Grill's in some good condition. Let's take a look at this here some more. It did have some nice aftermarket lights in. Unfortunately, one side was totally wasted. So here is our passenger side, and best part about this right here, this door right here, that door right there, is this is all good. And we need this for the 2018 Ram Sport that I have. Okay, side step's good on this one. This does have 2 good wheels on this side. Looks like 2 usable tires. I did already start taking some of this stuff apart. It does have a fancy LED third brake light. Not really a super fan. It did have these aftermarket headlights in there also. Not really a fan myself. But inside here, there were some floor mats. We got a center console. Back seat, you can tell they have a dog. Actually, some on the roof. Looks like it was leaking, probably out of the tail light there. Just kind of giving this thing a good walk around. We do have the newer style mirrors with defrost. They actually have the temp sensor in, so these are the newer ones. Nice front door. Seats are okay. Center console's okay. I thought this was actually pretty cool. It has USB and auxiliary. Flips up. It has a little cubby down here in the front. It actually has, I mean, a little old school, but the CD player underneath. And it has the, I don't know, I guess that's the older style unit. All right. Just check this thing out here underneath. Inside, I need the carpet here. Hopefully this cleans up nice enough here in the front, because we actually need the front carpet for the same truck that we need the frame for. Hood's in some nice shape. We can open this thing up. It looks like it had the manifold shield done, and well, what would you say? The shield and all new studs and manifold gaskets were done on this very recently. It's old enough, it is actually the 134 in the AC unit. It's funny. Park reverse, neutral, drive low. Didn't notice that last time. Mostly messing with these 8 speeds. So this is my first 2013. Cold air kit. Alright, I did have this thing started up yesterday. Brought it up to temp. Everything was working quite well. Now, let's get this key installed. assist on the steering. So we know our rack is good. Turns very easily. Okay. What else do we need? Fan. Fan's working. Hot. Cold. That's already lit up because of the ABS. Yep, tow haul mode. That switch is working. The bezel here is no good because we have some aftermarket doodad here that's missing wiring, I think. This actually runs up to it. Oh yeah, look at that. That's the harness that runs up to this. It's weird that this doesn't have the factory one, but if you look, maybe it's because it's wired in. It actually shows it right here. Cool little digital media. No device, no disc. Pretty cool. Said the AC works on and off. Turn that down. What else? Compass. No settings. Little cubby works. Here's the. Well, you can see the miles. Okay, here's this. There's our idle hours. Dash is good. Let's see here. Try our mirrors. Okay, that one's good. Let's try this one. Up, down, out, in, window, up and down, back window. Okay, that one works. Back window, front window. Works pretty good. I did test the stereo. Lights do, switch does work. Alright. That's good. I did drive this thing off the truck. Ford lock. So I'm sure everything works with this. Like I said, the radio seemed to work. Here's the other fog light. The other headlight sitting here, but it's broken. It came with a owner's manual for it. 2013 Ram Truck User's Guide, which is kind of cool to have that. Visors. Typical, they all crack right there on the edge. Alright, just give this thing a little bump. Alright, that's good, man. Keys in the ignition. I'm sure everything works here. We don't need to try locks or anything. Maybe that's why that thing was unplugged, because it stays lit up. Definitely not where I would put that. Kind of ruined that whole thing. This really doesn't have much value. This centerpiece here with the switches, this probably has something. Maybe the switch over here, you know, going that way. So everything's in. So far, so good. Like I said, all that stuff works. Man, battery's nice. Fuse box. Let's take a look underneath. This is for, I'm going to drain that. That's for my washer fluid, because I'm sure there's some in there. Sway bar. Actually looks like it's missing a bolt here. Looks like it's starting to crack through over here, which is pretty common for these. We got an aftermarket muffler back there. The gas tank is full, so I don't know what the gear ratio is. Normally there's a sticker here, but it's missing. And there's usually a sticker on the bottom of the tube back there, which is always missing and I didn't bother to look at yet. So I'll have to figure out what the gear ratio is in this when I pull the rear differential out. I did have somebody ask about the ABS, but a lot of this stuff, there's a lot of stuff here that I'm not going to be using because I pretty much need the passenger side, some of these front end parts. I need this full passenger side, the frame, very minimal parts off of this truck, but everything else is just to kind of show that it is working. Like I said, you can see this door. I don't know, like, yeah, right down there. See how far it bent that in. So it must have pulled this lower end down here, or it hits it, or it's got the hinges bent that much. Like I said, the back door is still plenty usable. I think it had the back mat and the one front mat, but we were missing the one driver's side, I think. Yeah, and like I said, I pull stuff apart, I throw these in here. I did start a box right there, but there's our fog light harness. We did get the back bumper pulled off of this. The tailgate's over there. It has a dent, but it's usable. The front, it had half the front bumper cover and the front bumper on it, but we got that stuff pulled off of there too. So we're going to be partnering this thing out. I'm going to be using a bunch of parts. So this is just kind of to show that stuff's working. I can't really drive it around, obviously. We have 3 wheels, but I did put a jack under the front and backed it right off the trailer, and that was not a problem for this, and it would move forward and back very easily, even with the brake line there. I put a screw in to stop the fluid to coming out, but it runs, it works.